And hello. Hey, sorry we are just a minute or two late. It is Friday, July 21st. This is the TeamEmmsie podcast. I am host Dos Rev and joined by fellow co-host Sir Mike Knight, who is, I believe, down there. Yep, down there. How's it going, Sir Mike Knight? And today we're super stoked to talk to TeamEmmsie Streamer of the Week, Cakemanslim. Cake, how's it going today?
It's going very well. Yeah, nothing to complain about. Life is good.
Life is good. Yeah, I apologize. I was having a little bit of... it took me an extra minute or two to get things going. I had to make everyone's green screen work. All three of us have the green screen going.
Yeah.
Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you, Rev?
I'm feeling a lot better. I was in a mild panic because I couldn't get a hold of anyone, like, right when I was trying to get everything set up to go live. And you're like, was this about the... What is this? Is this the podcast? I'm like, oh, God, Mike!
I know. I have many... I have my hand in many cookie jars. So, like, I always have to keep things straight. It's tough, man. I'm busy life.
I feel you. Oh, and by the way, Cake Man, I hear the accent, so thank you very much for staying up late. It's got to be, 1 in the morning for you there, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly right. 1 in the morning.
Are you a night owl, though?
I am a night owl, yeah. My hours are during the night.
So, I'm not. I'm an early to bed, early to rise kind of guy, and Mike's got the kids, so I imagine...
Yeah.
I'm a late to bed, very early to rise type of person.
Wow.
So we didn't see much of you this week streaming though, Cake.
Well, there's a you'll probably laugh at this, but and I don't mean any offense by this, but when I received the Streamer of the Week award, I became very nervous. So much so I got worked up into a state of panic and I became very ill. So I'm just getting over it now. I'm hoping people did check out my archives. I don't export them to YouTube, but they are there if you want to rewatch them. I really want to take this moment to say I'm very sorry for all the people that have seen me in Discord with Streamer of the Week above my name. I'm very sorry that I didn't make an appearance, but I hope I'm allowed to say this, but I am going to be doing, tonight, if anyone is interested, a Destiny 2 beta playthrough to the end. So.
Destiny 2 beta just went live this week too, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It was meant to be the 18th to the 20th, and then they were going to shut it down. But then it goes off into little sections where they open up other areas of the game. So I think it fully finishes on the 24th, I think. I think it finishes then, but I could be wrong, but we'll probably get a lot of typing in the chat now saying, no, you're wrong, Cake Man, you're wrong. So, yeah, I will be doing that tonight. So I'm looking very forward to it. I've had a little playthrough already, and it's very addictive. It's very addictive.
Did you play Destiny 1 at all?
Yes, I did. I've played it once before. I didn't complete it because it got a little bit too hectic for me, if I remember rightly. But I'm brave. I'm going back into it again, and I feel a lot more confident now because I have been watching some fellow TeamEmmsie streamers doing Destiny, and one of them has really shown me the way on how to play the game. Her name is I'm going to do a plug here if that's allowed.
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Right,
I want you to check out Chimera52. She is an excellent Destiny player. She's part of TeamEmmsie, and she shows you how to play the game to the best of your ability. So if you want to become a better Destiny player, check out Chimera52. That's what
I mean, I don't think anyone has a problem with TeamEmmsie members promoting other TeamEmmsie members ever.
Okay, that's cool. Right, that's good then. There'll be many more on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, this is your time, man. Whatever you need to do to sell yourself, you want to shout out other TeamEmmsie members,
right.
Go for it, man. It's up to you.
Right. Okay, that's cool. Thank you very much. One other thing I would like to say about TeamEmmsie is its amazing spatial is a good word. Spatial awareness of other streamers, like. I think a testament to that was when MZ teamed up with Ice Prime, And you got to respect that guy. He loves TeamEmmsie. He's all for TeamEmmsie, and we give that back. TeamEmmsie as a whole will respect other streamers. It doesn't end with TeamEmmsie. It goes far beyond that. I've seen a lot of TeamEmmsie members supporting other groups, other communities. It just doesn't stop. The love that's there is amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
And I'm going to even take it one step further. I made a lot of friends in TeamEmmsie who have then gone on to do other things. You know, they felt like they wanted to do something a little different than TeamEmmsie. And they still have that support small streamers, work together mindset. Some of the best people I know on Twitch, I know because of TeamEmmsie, and even if they're not still in the team, they still have that very supportive atmosphere. They're still always popping in. Yeah, it is a really great thing. It's almost like being a part of TeamEmmsie sort of trains you how to be a better person in regards to streaming.
Exactly, yeah. I couldn't have put it better myself. Exactly, yeah.
And you're relatively new to the team as far as some things go, right?
Yeah, and I'd like to thank someone called Fierce. It's not Fierce Kinetic. It's Kinetic Bang. Now, he is not streaming no more, sadly. He's gone on to choose other things in life, but he's still a TeamEmmsie member through and through. It's him that recommended me to TeamEmmsie. Without him, I wouldn't be here. So I'd like to thank Kinetic Bang Bang for introducing me into what is the most biggest lovable community I've ever been in, ever. So thanks, Kinetic.
Yeah, no, that's great. So he moved on and he's not streaming anymore. Unfortunately, that happens. I've made one or two friends, and they just go, I'm not feeling it anymore, and they kind of stop streaming, and they'll still pop in and say hi once in a while, but it's weird when that happens. You're like, wait, this guy was like my best friend. And...
Yeah. Well, the thing with Kinetic, I really don't understand it, but he has his reasons, which I won't bring up. He always got like 28, 30 people always on his stream, and he didn't have PC equipment. He was just a good entertainer. He was amazing. Mm-hmm. And it is a really big loss to TeamEmmsie to see him go. So I just hope he's happy. I really do hope he's happy.
Sir Mike Knight says in chat, my son won't stop screaming. That's why I'm so quiet. MC says, just mute your mic. No problem. So now is the point where we talk smack about Sir Mike Knight. Did you know that I don't know. I got nothing. I'm sorry, Cake. I got nothing.
He's a nice guy, is that Sir Mike?
No, he's a great guy. And when
failed.
What's that?
Big failure.
Big failure. So now I'm an uneducated American, right? But are you okay? You're okay with talking about your actual physical location right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
I'm very open about everything about,
because I hear the British accent and I want to know more. Tell me where you're from.
I am from Southampton in the United Kingdom. It's a very southern part of the UK. We're right next to the Isle of Wight. You might have heard the location before. There's a little bit of trivia here. Southampton is actually the birthplace of the ship Titanic. It was featured in the movie by James Cameron, and that's probably our biggest selling point. Is the docks in Southampton where the Titanic left. Where I think it was the docks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So that's the connection there. That other things, we've got a good nightlife in Southampton. If you're a clubber and you want to jive out, very old word that. If you want to dance to techno music, drum and bass, anything like that, we've got it here. We've got a great nightlife here, so we're pretty proud of that. We've got a big shopping centre. I'm really trying to sell Southampton here. Come Southampton. Cakeman endorses it. Come to Southampton. We'll meet up. We'll have some fun.
So Wildy Bear says, can you play play up Pompey to Cake, and I'm like, the only thing is we don't want the VOD to get muted, and Twitch has gotten real draconic about muting stuff.
Yeah,
and
they have.
MZ is joining in as apparently the third question asker. She said, "What, Cake? What got you into streaming?"
Well, am I into streaming, as in genres? Well, I'd like to consider myself as a variety streamer. Now, just to give you a quick rundown of what I stream at the moment, I'm streaming a game, Shadow Warrior, Batman Arkham Knight. I've also got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I work on a rotary basis. I go back to one game, then the other. But I do have a very, very big Steam collection of games. So I've got a very good choice of games. I'm really going to focus on completion of games, although that will happen. It's more down to variety. I'd like it to be variety. So, Mike's laughing at someone.
No, variety is the spice of life, my friend.
Right, I've said. Yeah, but that's basically it in a nutshell. Yeah, variety. Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah.
I myself would consider myself a variety streamer, and I have to give you credit when you said something that I don't think I can ever imagine myself uttering, which was you said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start working on completion of games. That's a foreign concept to me, man. Me, it's like play this game hardcore for 40 hours and get 85% of the way through and then I'm done and never go back to it.
Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I mean, like, I tend to shy away of games when I reach the 85% mark. Shadow Warrior is a great testament. That game is incredibly hard, but I've left that game a little bit now for a long time. I need to get back to it. I've got to force myself to face the music of Shadow Warrior. So, yeah.
I don't know if I know Shadow Warrior. Is that the one that was on Humble Bundle, like for free?
Yeah, that's actually for the special edition, no doubt, is on Humble Bundle for free. So everybody race the Humble Bundle before it ends, because there's a free game waiting for you there. Shadow Warrior, special edition, won't be credit. It's a very good game.
There you go. I just picked it up this morning. I think there's like probably another 18 hours left to go get your free copy of Shadow Warrior, which Cake says is great. So
it really is.
Oh, I was already looking it up as soon as you mentioned it.
I love it.
Mike, Mike, you said you played Destiny, right?
I played the first Destiny, yes. I stopped playing after I had to spend another $50 on the third expansion, I think it was.
What's that? Rise of the King, Iron King.
Oh, who knows, man? I got tired of shelling out $50 every year.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, especially when it's $50 just for a DLC. Like, not knocking Destiny, but that's a bit extreme. My maximum that I would go to for DLC is about £24. I'm not going to go any higher than that.
All right. Yeah, I got tired of like practically buying a new game every time, and now they're coming out with Destiny 2, and I'm like, and I loved Destiny. I loved the concept. I played a lot with a lot of friends, and I shouldn't be talking smack about Destiny because I did like Destiny. It just absolute
That's fine. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with a lot of games these days. They're relying on like a lot of DLC at a high cost price, and that's got to stop. For gamers, that's not a good thing. I mean, we love DLC. I mean, I've got a game, Duke Nukem Forever, and I've got some DLC for that, and that was great, but it was fairly priced. It didn't exceed $50. So, price down, gamer companies. Let's bring it down. It's a bit too expensive.
Well, I think another problem with DLC that you find is you almost get the sense of like, when is it going to end? Like, you'll get the game, and then there'll be day 0 DLC, and then a week later they announce the next DLC, and then like it's like over the first year they come out with 10. Like, there's some games where you can buy the game for $30, and then there's like $300 worth of DLC. It's like GTA 5. Yeah.
Oh my god, GTA 5.
Dude,
Yeah.
the amount of DLCs that are in that game, but you don't pay a penny for them.
Yeah. Apparently I've not really read into it much, but the modding community is not happy with Take-Two at the moment. They've caused a lot of problems for the gamers of GTA 5. I don't know if you're aware, but GTA 5 has now got a mostly negative score on Steam because of that.
I didn't, but I did just hear that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds just surpassed GTA 5 as the game with the most concurrent players on Steam.
Yeah, and rightfully so. I mean, PUBG is an amazing game. I mean, if you take a look at the TeamEmmsie Discord, you will see on the right-hand side where all the usernames are, PUBG underneath their names. Now, that's got to mean something. PUBG is a very, very community-based, addictive gaming platform that's going to last for years to come. It's really good. And it's amazing how it's surpassed GTA 5 in concurrent players. It really is. I just recently bought it, and I'm going to start playing soon, and hopefully I can join in with the TeamEmmsie players and have a few community games. That would be lovely. So, yeah, if you're listening, Cake Man wants a taste of the action.
Yeah. PUBG is an excellent game. I know a lot of people who play it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, mate.
All right. So usually we ask the same questions. So I got this. All right. So what was your first ever console, man?
My first console was the Sega Mega Drive. It's also known as the Sega Genesis in America. So just to let you know, Americans know what I had.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It's a good thing you.
Yeah. I missed out on the Sega Master System. I didn't really give the 8-bit era a chance. I kind of shifted into the 16-bit era straight away because I had computers before consoles, but the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis was, oh god, I have some fun with that. I've completed a lot of games on the Mega Drive. My favorite game of all time has to be Streets of Rage 2. I don't know if any of you have played Streets of Rage 2, but it is a fantastic beat-em-up. And you see on Steam a lot of companies trying to emulate the success of Streets of Rage 2, and they fail miserably. It will never be emulated. It was an amazing game. It's worth buying a Sega Genesis Mega Drive off of eBay just for that game. Go for it. You will not regret it. Get a friend, 2 players, you'll love it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so what's your favorite game right now? Do you have a favorite? I know you say you're a variety streamer, but is there a game that you look forward to playing every week?
Yeah. As of late, I have to say that I'm really enjoying Destiny again. It's going amazingly well. I've started it again, and I'm finding it much better the second time round than I did the first time. And it's just, I don't know, I just love getting headshots. What can I say?
All right. So into personal life, what do you do outside of streaming?
Right, okay. I'm actually, I suffer from a condition called agoraphobia, which is a fear of open spaces. I haven't been out for a very long time, and don't worry, I've got a problem telling people this. So I'm confined to these 4 walls. So in life, my PC is a gateway to the outside world. Mm-hmm. When I do get a PC, I make sure it's the best PC you can get. I'm not bragging. It's just that if I'm going to be spending my time all the time with these 4 walls around me, I want something good. And I must admit, this computer hasn't let me down yet. But I am saving for a new PC, which will be crazy on the cores. You know, the cores on the CPU. It's going to cost a lot of money, but I'm looking forward to buying that. And I should have the money for that in 4 years' time. But I digress. Yeah, agoraphobia, if you want to look that up, it's fear of open spaces, and it's basically stopping me from working in real life. But the good thing is I'm looking at avenues of working from home. So I'm looking really forward to that, and hopefully I can find something soon. So I am actively looking for work and trying to get off, receiving benefits. I just I want to be more active in life. So.
Right. So you said you've been part of TeamEmmsie for how long?
It's come up to a month now, I reckon. Yeah. Like I said, it's the best thing that's happened to me. The amount of support that I've received since joining has been phenomenal. I think the most iconic day for me was when TeamEmmsie had a stream, and everyone turned up. I've never seen so many people in one stream. I was also there for the 24-hour stream with Ice Prime. That was good. But for me, it was the first stream. They were raising money, just like for whatever, it didn't really matter. It was just like the amazing community feeling, the sense of being part of a community was there. And MZ and Wildy Bear, what can I say? You two are excellent entertainers. I have never laughed so much in my life, not at you, but with you. It was fantastic. And I just hope again that you two get together and have another stream very soon, because I will be there. I will donate. I will donate for the team. I loved it. Words can't express it. It really can't. So
they are incredibly entertaining together.
They are brilliant.
Especially with the way they make fun of each other. It's fun. So favorite out of game moment. So like out of gaming, do you have a moment where that you'd like to share?
Okay, right. That's a good question, because I would have to go back through the annals of time to find a moment in my life that I really enjoyed. Okay. There is one. I can see we have like scouts, Cubs Scouts in the UK. I think it's a global thing.
Yep.
I'm not sure, but I competed at this like an Olympic event, and I tried to jump the high jump, and I hit the bar, and I came down pretty bad. And the bar, I landed on the bar, and it really hurt my leg really bad.
Oh, thank God. Okay, it was just the leg. Whew! I was picturing something completely different. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right. That's all right. Don't worry. So a lot of people thought I'd had it. Wasn't able to compete anymore. But I picked myself up and I did it again. And they awarded me a special. It wasn't gold or anything like that, but it was a bronze award of a scout saying bravery. And I brought a tear to my eye. I really like that. And they let me keep that for a month. That was probably my shining moment in life. Bravery. Yes. Cake Man is brave.
All right, man. All right. So what about an in-gaming moment?
In-gaming moment. Completing Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis Mega Drive. Love that moment when Mr. X fell to his knees with the gun going off, and it just went silent, and then the end credits came up. I was like, yes, I did it. But from this day, I've gone back to the game, and tried it again, and I can't do it no more. I don't know, but going back when I was about 21, 22, 20 years ago, revealing my age. Oh my God. I could do games like that. I can't anymore. I think games have changed over the years. Back then it was very different. I'm not going to say they were a lot harder, but they were just different. Gaming is different. I mean, it's all 3D now. Streets of Rage 2 was a side-on platformer, beat 'em up. Different environment. It's going to be hard to get used to again after all these years going back to a platformer game. So
I think there was a lot more muscle memory and remembering certain patterns and just knowing, in those older games that you don't see nowadays outside of Dark Souls games.
Exactly. Yeah. Dark Souls. Oh, I've got the sequel, and I really want to save up for the the third one, but I'm a culprit of collecting games. So if I see a game that I like, I'll buy it. Will I play it? That's another story. So but Dark Souls has intrigued me. I've heard a lot of rumors about it, saying it's the game of all games that you will fail. So all right, let's bring it on, Dark Souls. Let's have a go. Oh, I'll probably put myself in a grave there.
Dark Souls is brutally tough, but it's fair. Like, once you start to learn how to do it, you'll realize, okay, that I'm gonna die in one hit. The secret is not to let myself get hit. It's very fair.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some fellow streamers tackle the game. Oh, and really, man, there was a lot of deaths. There was a lot of deaths. But if you keep persisting and trying and learning the patterns of the boss and the enemies, you should be able to do it. If you can't, don't go over the put the pad down, the control pad down, take a break, come back to it another time. For me, if I come back to it another time, I never come back to it. But just give it a break and come back to it later, and you should succeed. Just keep going at it. A bit of advice from the Cake Man there.
Yeah, I do find that sometimes you're a little too frustrated and you try to rush yourself through when you're sitting there playing the same thing over and over, trying to get through. You just start rushing through, and then you mess up on a completely different area. You're like, that's not the part that I freaking whatever. Put the controller down, walk away, come back to it, and maybe with a cooler head.
I've noticed, slightly digressing, a lot of streamers that get caught in the loop of doing the same part over and over again for like 4 hours straight. Now, you got to think, do the viewers want to see that? Do they want to see you get frustrated and tackle that over and over again? Okay, some people might want to see that. But for me personally, if I get into that situation, I will say, okay, people, it's time for a change. We're going to go to a different game. We can't do this. Let's move on. And maybe a new scenario might actually, entice the viewers. So, this guy's all right. He's playing the different games. So, just if you get into that situation, just try a different game.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. I can tell you on a personal note, I spent an entire weekend banging my head against the wall for Dark Souls, and I finally got to the point where, I knew it was okay. It's just a matter of getting the timing down just right and learning these. Yep. And I finally beat this one boss, and it was time to quit playing for the day. And I thought, you know what? I'm done with this game, because I know that if I put enough time into this game, I could beat it. But I don't feel like committing that much time. Have you ever had anything like that happen to you, where you're like, I could beat this game, but I don't want to?
Yeah, I get that all the time. Like it's going back to the point where we said, you get to 85% completion and you just walk away from the game. It's just like there are gamers out there that do that. Some go to the end, some don't. They just let it stagnate. And they'll get back to it maybe 3 years later, like me. So, I all the time, Rev, that happens to me. Yeah.
You'll have to forgive me again, Cake. I'm really sorry. I had to just duck out for just a minute there.
That's not a problem.
Very sorry about that. But I think I heard what you guys were talking about. I hear you right. You said the Sega Mega Drive was your first system.
Yeah, the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis was the first ever gaming console that I had.
So many good games on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was most definitely a Sonic fan myself. I was a really big Sonic fan when it came to Sega.
Yeah, I mean, the rival, the Super Nintendo or the Super Famicom, that was a great system as well. But the thing is, the SNES was a little bit more overpriced than the Mega Drive Genesis. So the Mega Drive Genesis was a little bit more accessible than the Super Nintendo. I would have got the SNES if it was a little bit lower in price, but the SNES was technically the better machine, actually. The processor wasn't as fast as the Mega Drive, but the sound was amazing, the gameplay was great, graphics were far more better. but the Mega Drive just had more marketing power and better games. I will give a shout out to Super Castlevania 4. Brilliant game. I'd love to play it again.
Trying to remember which one Super Castlevania 4 is. I remember the one Castlevania game that just still haunts me to this day is Symphony of the Night, but that was the PlayStation. Yeah,
That's
that was
right,
PlayStation
yeah.
1.
I had that as well, yeah, on the PS1, yeah.
Yeah. I had a Super Nintendo. I went Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, and that, but my friend had a Genesis, and I remember I used to go over there, and like I'd go over to his house, and as soon as he would like leave the room, I'd pop in Sonic, and I used to dream about Sonic rolling around the loops and.
See, at my mother's house, I had the Nintendo, the NES. At my father's house, I had the Sega Genesis. So it was like, and I barely ever played the Sega because I was barely at my father's house. But
yeah.
I
think.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, Karen.
No, man, go. This is your time, man. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go.
I was just going to quickly say, I don't know if everyone else agrees with me, but I think Sonic made the transition to 3D very good, very well.
Oh, absolutely.
3D games. I mean, I never thought they could get the speed of the side platformers into the 3D world, but they did, and hats off to them for doing that. I think that transition started to happen because there was a 3D Sonic game on the Genesis, but didn't really have an impact. But when Sonic made his debut on the Dreamcast, I don't know if you've heard of that console.
Crazy.
It was amazing. Sonic Adventure was just absolutely jaw-dropping. It was great. Graphics were so good, and gameplay was fast. It's what every Sonic fan dreamed of. It was there. It was great.
All right. Hey, there is one thing that interested me about your questionnaire. For those who don't know, everybody fills out a questionnaire if you're going to be on this show. You completed Portal in just 1 hour.
Yes. Yeah, I did. And if you want to see that, it's actually on my YouTube channel still. I'm amazed because usually my videos on YouTube get struck down by copyright, and I just remove them when that happens. I don't want no arguments. But yeah, my Portal playthrough video, I did it with a friend of mine called Aidan Jamie Clements, and it was a competition to see who could simultaneously beat the game as fast as possible, who would be the ultimate victor. And Aidan was good. He really put up a good fight, but he got stuck on a little bit towards the end, and I just flew by it, and I swiped the gold, and just 1 hour. It was exactly 1 hour, I think. So maybe I'll put the link up to that somewhere. You can all go and watch it, if you're interested. That is.
I gotta give you credit, man. I love the Portal. The Portal 1 and 2 are by far some of the best games I've ever played. I give you credit just for beating it in an hour because you don't just stop and look around. Like, whenever I play that game, I find myself going like, this is pretty.
Yeah. The thing with Portal is it was so addictive that I played it over and over and over again so many times. I think roughly I have completed that game 7 times. And on the 7th playthrough, I managed 1 hour border breakthrough. So, yeah. Oh, what a game. I think we all agreed that Portal was an amazing game. It built up such a cult following.
Yeah, we're not really, breaking any groundbreaking news here. Portal's a good game, guys!
Yeah, no. Hey, everyone. I don't know where you've been living for the last 10 or 20 years, but Portal is amazing.
And spoilers, the cake is a lie.
The cake is a lie. Why am I called Cakemanslim? Why'd you think that? Portal.
Is that where Cakemanslim came from, actually?
That's where Cake came from, yeah. But Cakemanslim is a homage to Portal series, yeah. And I think deep down we all want to see a Portal 3, but is it going to happen? Because Valve never do a third game, do they? But come on, Valve, break that rule. Let's have a third Portal.
Well, if you don't mind me digressing for just a minute,
Sure.
I was actually just talking about this with someone else recently. Financially, it makes no business sense for them to make the game which shall not be mentioned Part 3.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not talking Portal, so you know which game I'm talking about. And if you don't, you only have half of a life, my friend.
Yes.
Um,
I know the third game that we're all talking about, which will remain nameless.
It doesn't make sense because they're making so much money from Steam that if they put out that third game and it flops, it would severely hurt their market. And they make so much money off their digital content delivery that, you know. But I don't think that they would have the same problem if they put out Portal 3 and that flopped. I think Portal 3 is niche enough that they could do that. What do you, I don't know. Do you kind of feel the same way?
I feel the same way. Yeah, Portal 3 is a good idea, and even if it flopped, I'd still think it'd make a lot of money, and that's what Valve's what they do. They want to make money. They want to help the gamers out. You know, let's give them some money for some good gameplay. That good Portal gameplay.
And I loved in Portal 2 they added some new features like the gel, and they took you out of the very clean testing environments. You were in caves and so on and so forth. I'd love to see not an open world Portal, but one that sort of gets you out of Aperture Science. You know?
Do you know what? I actually think you're right. That is going to happen. If they do contemplate doing a third Portal game, they're going to pick it off from... I can't say it because if you haven't played Portal 2... okay, all right, I can't say it. I'm sorry. We'll cut it there. Cut it. I don't want to put any spoilers out. The people would kill me for that, so we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I think that they would be... I think that they could do a lot of interesting things with the game if they were willing to take it out of Aperture Science. And
yeah, I think that's a step in the right direction. An open world Portal would be absolutely jaw-dropping, salivating type of game. It'd be great. I'm all for it. Just do a free open world.
I'm glad we're in agreement on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, now this isn't under questionnaire, but this is something I thought about. You mentioned that you have a massive collection of Steam games.
Yes, I do.
Did you pick up any hidden gems during the summer sale this year?
Okay, I'll actually refer to my Steam application to do this, and I will go through the hidden gems of what I picked up during the summer sale. Okay, one of them was Galactic Civilizations 3.
Yes!
I haven't played that yet, but it does look good. I will have to install that. That'd be good. Just going through them now. There's loads. I mean, I'm just trying to remember an iconic one that stands out. That was a good deal. There's so many of them. It's hard to think of. I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I could answer that. Let's just say I picked up 20 games at good prices.
I picked up a couple games, and based on fellow TeamEmmsie member Rock and Rage, who just joined chat.
Oh yeah.
I picked up a Steam controller because it was on sale.
That's a good move. That's a good move. That reminds me. Yes. I'm glad you talked about the controller. I actually bought a Steam Link. That's one of the things I got on the Steam Summer Sale. The Steam Link. That is in my living room as we speak. Now, just a word of warning for people that get the Steam Link. Expect to spend out another $8 or £8 for something called Virtual Here. Your Xbox One Xbox One wireless controller will not work on the Steam Link unless you purchase a program called Virtual Here. The Steam Link was primarily made for the Steam controller. So if you have a Steam controller, just plug it in, you'll be fine. But if you want to use your Xbox One wireless controller, then you will need a program called Virtual Here. Just a heads up on that.
But this is so good. Why would you not use this?
I want one. I do want one. That's probably that. I've been thinking about that. Funny enough, I was like, "Do you need a Steam controller?" And a little voice at the back of my mind is saying, "Yes, you do. Go buy one." So yeah, I think I will get one just for the Steam Link, really. You know, to make it more compatible.
Well, yeah, like I said, fellow Team MC member, Rock and Rage, basically talked me into getting it. He does everything with it. He goes, yeah, a lot of times I sit down at my computer, I don't even touch my mouse and keyboard. I just pick up my controller and use that. I'm like, what? So...
Yeah, it's a gateway into the big picture, isn't it? If you get your Steam for the big picture, there's no need. You just press the guide button in the middle or something like that, just like the Xbox One would. But it's better. It's better. It's more made for the Steam application. Well, I've got a question for you, Rev.
Sure.
What's those buttons? They're so. Oh, they look so good. Those top two ones that's circular. Are they touch sensitive?
You know, I've only used it a little bit. I haven't really gotten it all, but this one is like a D-pad, and it is like if you go just a little bit, the character was walking, and then if you go to the edge, it's like running. But I don't know if it's touch sensitive. This one, on the other hand, is, and it's like a trackball. Right. So you move your mouse around the screen by just doing this.
Oh right, I didn't know that. I just thought there were like a couple of D-pads, but that's what sold it. Those see, you don't see that on any other controllers. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's now I've also got my Xbox controller right here, and one of the things that kind of always bugged me about the Xbox controller was you've got the two analog sticks.
Yeah.
And they're see how one's high and one's low?
Yeah, it's weird, but it's very
that's
weird.
one of the things I liked about this is when I'm using the analog stick on this, it's down low, and then the buttons are down low. Yeah. I know it's a small point, but it is something I like.
It's a very, very valid point, actually, because when your hands naturally rest on the controller, you want them symmetrically together. Right. It's more comfortable. But with that controller, that one there that you just showed us, it's like you can't rest your thumbs like that. It's just, it doesn't work. So... yeah, I mean, this one's the same, as you can see. That's exactly the same. And if I was to put my hands on it, see, I'm having to stretch a little bit further to get to this bottom right one. But if this one was down here on the bottom, then I could naturally rest on both thumbsticks. So, yeah, it's a very valid point, and they might take that on board. Maybe we should contact them about it. Send an email. You never know. They might read it and say, yeah, that's a good idea.
I know that I'm planning on doing some retro-y style games like platformers, and I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces on that. And since we were talking about games like Streets of Rage, do you play or stream, more importantly, do you stream any of those retro style games ever?
No. Well, I do have a retro day, which is Saturdays. I need to get back to that, actually. Thanks for reminding me. I bought a PS2 especially for that. And I know it's not as retro as the Sega Genesis, but I wanted to stream a game called The Suffering, which is an all-time favourite of mine. I don't know if you've played that. It's a very psychological horror. I do warn you, if you like things that mess with your mind, this game here, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I've got it to hand, so yeah, here it is. It's a very gory game. It messes with your mind. The content is very questionable. I'm surprised it's not banned on Twitch, but they do actually allow this game on Twitch, which is a godsend because this game is fantastic. And if you want to check it out, every Saturday I play The Suffering. I've almost done it, so that's my homage, my dedication to retro is The Suffering on the PS2.
Hey man, I love watching some retro games. I will definitely have to try to check you out. And just because I don't know if we've mentioned it, I'm twitch.tv DosRev, fellow co-host twitch.tv/SirMikeKnight, and we are talking to the TeamEmmsie streamer of the week, Cakemanslim. So let me just go ahead and make sure that gets put in chat. Do you like those horror games or just specifically that one?
No, I love all horror games. The ones that really have a major effect on me are the jump scare games, and I like to play them, but I don't know if my heart can take it. You know? There is one. I mean, if you want to know about my most scariest jump scare game, you'd have to move over to VR. Now, VR is the playground of jump scare. I have an Oculus Rift CV1, and there's a game on that called Aria. Araya, if you want to look it up. The game is mean. It is so scary. It relies upon like face-to-face scary faces, and people don't like that. And I streamed one time Aria, and it didn't come out, sadly. For some reason, my OBS was jumping. I don't know why. It was just having a major fit. And I did the biggest jump on stream that you would have laughed. I was like, oh my God, that scared the living daylights out of me. It's a great game, though. It's very clever.
When you stream VR, do you have your camera so people can see your face? Like,
yes,
as well as whatever you're seeing?
Yeah, just a heads up for people that have got Elgato's, HD 60 Pros to be exact. You can't actually capture through the Elgato when it comes to VR. It's not possible. So when you do want to capture VR and you want to put yourself at the bottom left or bottom right, I recommend that you do like a game capture. You add a game source, and you have to be certainly particular on the game you capture, because not all VR games run in full screen. Sometimes they're stereoscopic. Those ones I don't really think you could stream very effectively, because people would have to like squint a little bit to see into the tunnels. But there's a lot of games that go full screen VR, and that's where you use your game capture. I've tried with the Elgato HD60 Pro. It's a fantastic capture card. It really is. It's a dream to have. But it's not very good for VR. But if you want to capture VR with a capture card, I recommend the AverMedia Live Gamer Extreme. Now, its problem is that's got a couple of sound bugs on it that I never really did iron out, but it will capture VR. So
now I hope someone out there is keeping track of all these products we're mentioning. We're going to be hitting these companies up for our lucrative, referral and commercial fees. I think,
Yeah, I think you owe us.
I think we have really been plugging all sorts of games and systems and peripherals and everything this
we
night.
Have, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
C'est la vie, right? This is what we do. We're in the I don't want to call it business, but we're in the business of streaming, so we like talking
we're in
shop.
The business of streaming. We're going to talk everything about streaming. That's what we're here for.
So there is one thing on your bonus info that you said you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah.
The effects of video games on people and how far video games have come.
Oh yeah. I think video games have made a great progression. The dream of a software developer, a games developer, was always to turn a game into a movie, right? The movie experience for gaming. Now, they have struggled for a long time to get to that criteria, but I think they've done it now. A lot of games, and let's mention Portal 2 again, right? That game is like a blockbuster movie. Everyone has said that. It's just phenomenal. Portal is a game, whereas Portal 2 is a movie game. I don't know if people have got that feeling. A lot of games aren't movie-based, but I think there was a time when software developers, game developers were aiming to make their games into a movie-style experience. And I think maybe that's what they should concentrate on. Because games nowadays are earning more money than a movie company could ever do. I mean, let's take Overwatch. All right, we're plugging Overwatch now. I found out that game has made $2 billion in its first year. I think it was its first year. That is, whoa, that's amazing. I never knew a game could do that. But well done to the creators of Overwatch. Well done. That's just amazing stuff.
You mentioned how PUBG is like the TeamEmmsie game. Well, before PUBG, it was Overwatch. You'd go into Discord and you just see 40% of the people that were online were playing Overwatch. So, massively, massively popular. And not only, I think, I could go on and on about Overwatch, but we are getting a little short on time. I wanted to say, you said you think more games should go in that direction and be in movies, and Telltale Games does an amazing job
of they do
crafting a story. So, but it doesn't have to be one or the other. You can have, NBA, 2017 basketball. You can have GTA 5. You can have Telltale. Like, that's one of the great things about our hobby is there's so much and you get to choose.
Yeah. Yeah. I do, before we go, I do have a question for the chat, if the chat is interested. It's a silly little thing, but it's been bugging me for ages. Now, I bought Overwatch down to the reason, the fact that everybody was going on about it. Now, I'm a proficient Unreal Tournament player, and I was led to believe that Overwatch is going to be an Unreal Tournament experience. I didn't find that at all. I found Overwatch to be more strategical than Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament is just a major blast fest, headshot, whatever you want to call it. Has anyone in chat had the same problem as me, being a valid, determined Unreal Tournament player? I don't know if you've ever played Unreal Tournament. It's such an old game now. It's made in 2000. Has anyone ever struck with Overwatch?
While we're waiting for chat to catch up a little bit, I'll tell you, I absolutely agree. I played a lot of Doom and Unreal Tournament over networks, and I don't know if Mike realizes that his mic is muted. So, he does. Okay. But yeah, I know what you mean. It is a lot more, and that's actually one of the things I really liked about Overwatch. Well, I shouldn't say liked. I still like it. Is Overwatch is very. You don't have to be a pro sniper. You don't have to be able to land those headshots. You can choose someone like Winston, who just fires in a cone. You can be someone like May, who is literal cancer. You can be so many different characters and so many different play styles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see if we got Farmark is saying my 10-year-old son is better at Overwatch than me. Sad face. And Dauntlick says, I'm not good at strategy games, probably why I suck at Overwatch. And I think that does actually get to the core of the thing, is that Overwatch is a very strategy-oriented game.
It is, yeah. I mean, a little hint that I found for the chat, if they're interested, if you do struggle with Overwatch, I recommend Reaper as a good starter character. He's very aggressive. His weapons are awesome. Try Reaper. It'll get you far. And
he's a lot better with the recent buff.
Yeah, I've not encountered that yet. I need to go back into it.
So they changed it so that instead of him killing, like he used to, when you'd kill an enemy, they would drop a health orb, and then only Reaper could pick those health orbs up. They changed it and got rid of it, and now he just heals every time he does damage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's,
I'm gonna have to play that now.
It encourages a more aggressive playstyle from Reaper and not trying to get the final kill and then get a heal off.
Yeah.
So it is a lot better. He's a lot better at tank busting, as it were.
Oh, cool.
Not quite so good at taking out the lower health DPS, but much better at tank busting.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good buff. I'm gonna have to check that out now. Thanks for that, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Mike, do we got you back on voice?
Yeah.
All right.
My pizza didn't get delivered. I'm mad.
I'd be mad too.
Oh, I have to think about that.
I think it is 8:56. 8:56. So once again, let me just say thank you very much, Cake, who you can find at twitch.tv/Cakemanslim. Thank you. It's been a real pleasure. And again, sorry I had to bounce out of the screen for a few minutes.
That's not a problem. Don't worry, buddy.
It's been a real pleasure, and I'm gonna make sure I try to catch you as soon as I get a chance to this coming week. I think Mike, if you're ready.
You said you were going live right after this, aren't you?
Give me an hour and I'll be ready. Yeah, I'll probably about.
Yeah, definitely, guys, go check them out in an hour.
Yeah, if you're in the UK, it'll be 3 a.m. when I start streaming, and it will be the Destiny 2 beta. So, yeah, look forward to seeing you all.
Cake, do you have the TeamEmmsie channel up by any chance? Do you have the stream up on your browser?
No, I don't. No, I don't know what the stream is.
Okay, well, it's just twitch.tv TeamEmmsie. We have one or two people saying if you could just say hi in chat, that way they can just click on your name. But I'll just put his name.
Oh yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem. So it's Emsie, is it? It's the Emsie channel.
Slim. And I'll just do it again there. Yeah.
Okay. It's loading. It's loading.
Mike, you want to Uh-oh. I think we got Mike muted again. I think he looks mad. I don't know about you guys, but if I ordered a pizza and it had been an hour and it still wasn't there, I'd be yelling too.
Yeah, I put Emsing in the Twitch TV URL. It's not coming.
It's TeamEmmsie.
Oh, TeamEmmsie. I've never been. I've yet to.
There's a separate account.
Oh, that's cool. I'll follow that. Okay. Definitely. I existed. I feel really bad now.
Mike, can you get us the streamer of the week for next week, and we'll get on. You mean
streamers of the week for next week? There are 5. Count it. 5 streamers next week.
Thanks for the follow.
It is.
Farmer. Don't follow me. You
get follows all over the place. There you go. All right. So here are the 5 streamers of the week for next week. A Salted.
Yes. Good one.
Malkara.
Malkara, yes.
Let's Pokey.
Oh, awesome.
War Key Gaming. And the reason why I saved this one for last is because he's in chat. It's Dauntlix.
Yes.
Yes. Dauntlix. So congratulations to those 5 streamers of the week. We are definitely going to make sure we check you out. Make sure you're in the TeamEmmsie Discord.
Oh my God. Yep, Dauntlix.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dauntlix.
Here I am assuming gender.
Did you just assume Dauntlix's gender?
I did. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself in the corner after we're done here.
Well, so once again, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Cake, again, thank you so much. It was so great talking to you. Mike, pleasure as always. So, for TeamEmmsie Streamer of the Week, Cakemanslim, twitch.tv, Cakemanslim. Mike, a.k.a. twitch.tv / Sir Mike Knight, and myself, Rev, who you can find at twitch.tv /DosRev, DOSREV. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and really make sure you're on the Discord. Check out our streamers of the week for the next week. We got 5 to check out,
I've even watched Dauntlix a couple times. I knew she was the girl.
Mike, I gotta ask you, do you know what we're doing for the podcast next week?
I do not. You guys are gonna have to tune in to find out.
It's gonna be insanity. It's gonna be insanity. So I think until then, we'll all say goodbye. So take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.